Hello, Rob from Fountain Pen Journey. Now, about a week ago, probably more than a week ago now, I did a pen mail video. Basically, what it was, I saw some uh, excellent deals on Parker products on Amazon UK, amazon.co.uk if you like, and I couldn't resist. My wife, bless her, she bought me a very nice Parker pen for my Christmas present this year, well, last year now, 2019. And it kind of got me thinking, well, actually, I need some Parker refills, cartridges, because I've got nothing to go in this pen. No converter, nothing. So I saw the cheapy Parker ink cartridges on Amazon, and also this pen. This is the Parker Jotter. I couldn't resist buying two of these. Just checking the price on this. The blue one was £8.91 and the orange version was £8.72. And I thought, what the hell, let's go for it. I'll buy some cartridges, buy a bottle of Parker Quink, buy these two pens because they're really, really inexpensive. And they are still on amazon.co.uk that price. So, you know, you can pick up a bargain. And what do I think of this pen? Now, I normally review pens after more than a couple of fills, which sometimes takes at least 2 weeks, sometimes longer. Depends how much I write with the pen. Now, I've been writing with these pens at work a lot. And oh my God, wow, these are great, cheap little pens. So let's just talk about the pen to begin with. It is quite a classic design. I would let you choose, but which one do you want to look at? Let's look at the blue one. Metal cap, plastic body, plastic barrel. It's a fairly unassuming pen. In my view, it's quite similar to the Parker 51. You know, it's got those sort of design elements. In fact, let's compare the Parker Jotter with Parker 51 clone from China, the Jinhao 51A. So, what is in it? Well, the Jinhao is marginally longer by about half a centimetre. The cap is much bigger and it is a slightly girthier pen. Obviously on this you have the slip cap and this hooded nib, which I really like. I love the 51A. The Jinhao 51A is a superb pen. I have done a review on it, so check out my review of that. Head on back through my reviews or head to my playlist and go through fountain pen reviews if you want to be a glutton for punishment and see all of them, or just head on over to Jinhao. I have a playlist called Jinhao and you'll see the 51A review of this pen and various other colours and materials in there. So lengthwise, let's have a quick comparison side by side with the pens uncapped. I'm spilling ink on the table, my wife's going to kill me. And we've still got roughly about a centimetre difference. So the Jinhao 51A is marginally longer, so just bear that one in mind. I'll just wipe that ink off there. There we go. No one will ever know I was sitting here. So, Parker Jotter. Probably one of the cheapest Parker pens that there is at the moment. And yeah, it's a classic Parker 51 type design. Brushed metal, slightly domed cap there. This is slightly domed. Bit of a join there, and the clip which fits into that area there, and it is the Parker arrow clip. So, and it works. It's a decent enough clip. Focus, there we go. It's a decent enough clip, well made. It's not just a flat piece of metal. It is strong and rounded underneath, which is good because it slips and slides off things easily, or it holds on securely. And down here on the bottom of the cap you have Parker and France. So, barrel of the pen, plastic, nothing more to it. It is a cheap plastic pen. I will point out that when you feel where the cap joins the barrel or comes against the barrel, it's fairly flush. As you rotate the pen, the tolerances aren't great, and I can feel right there is a lip. So the cap of the section doesn't quite fit on that side. It's nice and flush there. On the opposite side, go around to this side, and it's a little bit proud. So this barrel is jutting out just ever so slightly, just above my thumb tip there, just jutting out ever so slightly. So yeah, not perfect, but what do you expect for the price? Slip cap, there is some sort of lining in there. Quite a light, I'm guessing, aluminium cap. Steel nib, which, if I can get this to focus, that would be helpful. There we go. Okay, so we have Parker, steel Parker nib, medium nib on these pens, plastic section, which is a little bit tapered, so you can hold it in various parts of the section. It's a little bit slippery, but it does flare out a bit at the base, so you're not going to disappear onto the nib and feed, of which there is one plastic with, let's show you that, medium M, there we go, M underneath, indicating it's a medium nib. So the section is actually quite comfortable. It's quite narrow and it does taper downwards, but it is, even for me, and I'm not massively into narrow sections, I'd say it's verging on the narrow side, but it's really comfortable. And fortunately this keeps this fairly minimal step up to the barrel out of the way of your fingers altogether. So really, really good from that point of view. Barrel, nothing about it. Plastic, injection moulded, slight sprue mark on the end. Unscrews off the plastic section. There is a cartridge which I have inserted. This is the blue one. I've been using blue cartridges in this pen. Can you eyedropper this? Well, barrel is sealed, and these threads would be absolutely great apart from these little marks here. So you've got a sprue mark on the threads, so that is going to let ink get past. So I wouldn't recommend eyedroppering these pens, certainly not without the addition of an O-ring here. Even then I'd be quite wary, because I think ink's just going to flow past those. The ink cartridges, interesting point. Those of you who follow my channel will know that I really do like Lamy pens. Lamy ink cartridges, proprietary ink cartridges, Parker, proprietary ink cartridges. Both cartridges look like, it's not always straightforward, identifying which way it actually inserts into the section. On Lamy pens there is a solid coloured end, say blue or black, whatever, plastic inserts into the clear material of the cartridge. That end is not the one you puncture when you insert it into the pen. That's the end that sticks out this side. With Parker cartridges, I had to actually go onto the Fountain Pen network, go onto the forum and actually find out. You actually put the coloured part of the cartridge into the section to puncture it, and it takes a lot of force. Be warned. This section here also grips the cartridge really securely, which is a good thing, but my God, it really did take quite a lot of effort to get the cartridge to puncture and go in, but it is very nicely secure and sealed onto the section. So there's not much more to it. The cap on clips nicely, one-handed. Satisfying clip. Click. There you go, satisfying clicking action. And the orange pen, yeah, exactly the same as the blue, just orange plastic barrel. So let's get on to the really important stuff, and this is the writing sample, because these pens are cheap, and I wanted to demonstrate what you're getting for your money. So let's start off with the orange pen. Now I've got a black cartridge in this particular pen. So Parker Jotter. Medium steel nib, nothing fancy. So what can I say? This nib, the nibs in these pens are fantastic. They are, in my view, extremely good quality, extremely smooth. They lay down loads of ink. I mean, I'm not going to say they're absolute gushers, because they're not. I'd say medium to wet, but they really do lay down a lot of ink. And this ink that came, these ink cartridges came with these pens. You get one black and one blue cartridge with the Parker Jotter, and it's really good quality. It's really, you know, it's no nonsense black. Nothing more I can say about it. It's great. And these nibs are so good. But one thing, and this is the first time I can ever actually say this about a pen that I've bought, these nibs are smooth, but there's feedback. Now, there's no scratchiness whatsoever. It's just pure feedback, and it is an absolute pleasure. You feel connected to the paper without it feeling toothy. It's not scratchy or anything like that. Really, really, really impressed with these nibs. They are incredibly good for the price. I've got one more thing to say about the nib, which I'll talk about in a minute, but I just want to do a quick heads up on that, because fairly recently there was a pen released, where it came over to the West from Japan, the Platinum Pre-Fount. I did a pen review of that, so head back and check out my review if you're interested in that, because that was a great pen. It is a great pen with a great nib. But after a few more weeks of using that, and very, very little time comparatively in using the Parker Jotter, I say my own personal recommendation, and this pen, the Parker Jotter, gets a thumbs up. This pen is better than the Platinum Pre-Fount. It is just altogether just a better pen. Okay, it doesn't have the slip and seal cap system, which is patented, and all the rest of it that the Platinum does, but these are great. No nib drying issues whatsoever. I did want to talk about something else that's really important with the Parker Jotter. I'll just turn this round. Now, reverse writing. I don't normally write in reverse, but I just want to point something out to you. Bear with me. A quick brown fox jumps. You know what? I'm just going to keep going. I'm going and going and going a little bit more. Now, why have I done such a relatively long reverse writing sample? Reason is, I'm not a fan of reverse writing. It's something that I use if I've got really, really bad paper and I just really need to squeeze some tiny text in, and I'll flip the nib over, flip the pen, if you like, the other way around, and that's really useful from that point of view. It isn't something that I do routinely. This pen is absolutely, without a doubt, the absolute best fountain pen that I have ever personally tried for reverse writing. It's as good, almost, as writing with the nib in its normal correct orientation. So here's the nib in its normal orientation, and reverse, you get, I would say, a fine, bordering on extra fine, and it is smooth as you like. I am so pleased with these pens, and you know, it's not just a fluke, it's not just one out of the box actually turned out all right. Let's look at the blue one. And this is the blue cartridge that came with the pen. Exactly the same, very smooth nib, but with great feedback. Reverse writing. I mean, you're not going to get line variation out of a stiff steel nib like this, and certainly not for this price. What do I think? This is an absolute winner of a pen. Oops. Helps if you've got the nib in contact with the paper. So, there we go. Reverse writing, normal writing. Reverse writing. Oops. Doing it again. Normal writing. So, what can I say? These are excellent value pens. So the Parker Jotter from me is two big thumbs up. It's a great pen. I would say to you, if you know you're in the market for a really inexpensive pen, and you're a little bit uncertain about buying a pen from China, don't want to stump up twice the price possibly for a Lamy Safari, don't mind getting into the proprietary filling systems. Now, Parker cartridges is £6.50 here in the UK, which I think is extremely high for a proprietary cartridge, just to be able to use that. But the ink cartridges are really, really cheap on Amazon. I think I paid something like £1.85 for 10 cartridges. You'll have to check out my pen mail video to work out what I actually told you I'd bought. I can't remember off the top of my head. And they are widely available. I mean, I was in the supermarket today in Sainsbury's, and they have Parker Vector fountain pens and Parker cartridges, ink cartridges in there. So, you know, they are easily available here in the UK. Don't know about the country you're living in, but as far as I'm concerned, yes, the Jinhao 51A, very well, I mean, it's a dirt cheap pen. Comes with a converter for about £2. delivered. Really, really excellent value pens. I love these. But if you want a medium nib, something that's, you know, Western rather than Chinese, then I think the Parker Jotter is definitely a pen that you should be considering. If you're a newcomer to fountain pens and you're not sure what to go for, it's a good introduction to them, and it writes so well. And I can't, it's hard to describe the feedback. I mean, the feedback, it's like writing with a soft pencil. Nib writes with absolutely no pressure, but you feel connected to the paper. It's very, very, very nice. You feel like you're actually doing something, without it being toothy, scratchy, whatever you want. I mean, it's a lovely, lovely writing experience. It's not glass smooth, so bear that in mind. If you're after an absolutely buttery smooth nib, this isn't it. But if you're after a smooth nib which has feedback, then yeah, these pens have it. So, thank you very much for watching. I shall pop the pens back down here. I hope you found that this video was useful. I was absolutely, honestly, really surprised by these pens. So let me know what you think. If you've got them, if you've tried them, stick a comment in the section down below. And thanks for watching, and I shall see you next time. Bye.